me alone, bruh. Okay, so first of all, this is my lip gloss that I made, and I will have more. Hopefully by the beginning of December. I had to push it back about a month, because of a whole lot of reasons that I can't get into right now. But let's do this. So, what's up? It's your girl. Welcome to Real Talking Healthy Food. So, I'm definitely here about some real talk, and I for sure got a story time for your ass. So watching the situation with Erica Mena. By the way, you're going to be getting ready with me before bed. So I'm just going to clean my face and just kind of do all the things that I do on a normal day, but before bed. Um, so anyway, the situation. Let's get right into it with Erica Mena. And I'm going to do it like this. I'm first going to do it like this. I'm going to tell you the story, okay? And then I'm going to give you, briefly discuss Erica Mena, because we all seen the video. We all seen the situation. We all seen what went on with Erica Mena and Safaree. We've known about Erica Mena for most of us who used to watch. I don't watch it that much anymore unless I'm watching clips or reruns or something like that. But you know, we all know Erica Mena is a crash out. We all know that. I mean, simply just because I think that they're fucking with my algorithm, and I'm not really getting any engagement. I want to be on pause for a little second. Okay, so that's better. So I want to get it. We all know she's a crash out. We all know her temperament. We all know that. So again, I'm going to tell the story, and then I'm going to um, briefly discuss the situation, and then we're going to get into what we can learn about it, right? So boom. First, let me start with the story. How I used to crash out like Erica Mena. I was way worse than her, to be honest. Hi everyone. Just come in and just come in hitting the like, okay? So here goes the story. So I was in a DV type situation, and I would be put in a lot of situations where I would be on crash out mode. We were both crash dummies, just to be honest. Okay, so this one particular time, um, and just being very honest, I was very much what these new girls would call. They gave it a name called Pick Misha. Well, back in my time, there wasn't a we didn't call it a Pick Misha or a Pick Me. That terminology, it just did not exist. It really just did not exist. Um, During that time in the early 2000s, mid 2000s. And so anywho, so I'm with this dude, and I knew what kind of dude he was, like hood rich, and just a whole lot of just hood things, and just mad typical, and just you know what I'm saying. And so um this particular situation, he was acting mad funny. He was acting mad funny. He was being real weird. And at a certain time of the night, because he was a bad guy, okay? And I didn't know he was doing half of the things that he was doing. Like, I didn't know, he really had that type of influence. I just anyway, that's too much. So we really couldn't be within the city limits because of his, bad behavior. So we had to go out, and he had specifically had to go out into the burbs, right? And I couldn't get no bread being in the burbs. So I had to go to the city. Anyway, so I started making moves. Mind you, his bad behavior being a inconvenience to me, right? And making my money moves and whatnot. And and whatever. So I should have acknowledged that in the first place. So he so I couldn't I because we weren't at home, but we still, hey, what's up? I'm first, so we're talking about, first I'm telling a story about how I used to be a crash out for somebody's dusty ass son. And then the second part, we're going to briefly discuss Erica Mena, because I understand how she feels, and then what we could learn from my experience. Because when I seen that video of Erica Mena, I saw my old self. I saw me, you know, 10, 13 years ago. And so that's what we're getting into right now. So thank you for joining me with that. So and I got into the story, one of the big stories that kind of stuck with me. And when I was in super crash out mode. Um so again, he was, out the city limits, and he started acting like real funny. You know what I'm saying? And I just had suspicions. So, you know, here I am in detective mode. So I was like, what I had peeped before I came up with my master plan, right? What I had peeped is at, because he was on a monitor, he couldn't go nowhere. One of those. Yes, I had a Tyrone. Yes, I had a three trash bag Dusty, as these new folks would say. And he wouldn't he after midnight he wouldn't be answering the phone. So um I was like, okay, I that shit is mad weird, because I know he is not the type of dude to just be sitting around and um going to bed early. Like, first of all, he smokes stupid weed. You know what I'm saying? He be kicking it with his crash out loser friends. So I know he is not asleep like some good little boy about to go to bed before midnight. Like, get out of here. That shit's wild. So I know my nigga, right? So I'm like, okay, this nigga's acting mad weird. So he was staying at a family member's house where I was still holding things down. So I'm going every day, all day. I'm going from the city to the burbs every day, making sure he's straight, talking about our money moves, and then I'm off and running and going to get the money. You feel what I'm saying? So boom. So I was often doing that, but what I couldn't appreciate, because I need your motherfucking antennas to stay up, especially during the wee hours of the night. When I'm up, you up, nigga. What if I need you, right? So, and that's just kind of how I felt. So anyway, this particular time, so I started. So as I was making my money moves, I was clocking how he was moving. So each day I just started, I mean, big Leo energy, period. I'm gonna watch you. I'm gonna listen and I'm gonna watch. I'm going, okay, babe. Okay, time for the wine. Let's get the wine. I'm gonna go, okay, babe, like 10-4. Let's what you said, and then um watch you see how much you lie. And so that's exactly what he was doing. So what I started to do, I was like, oh shit. Once I started to peep it, I was like, oh shit, I was right. So what I started to do is every day, I would sit in in front of the house, and I know this is crazy. And this is why I said do not be a crash dummy for somebody's dusty ass, raggedy ass son. And I know what it feels like, because I know what it's like to give your all, do your all, put all your love into someone, and you're so caught up. You're just so caught up in this relationship, and when you're in it, you cannot see it. And it's hurtful because you done put in this time. You done did all the things, and especially for in my case in the early 2000s, there wasn't all of this terminology. The girlies wasn't having each other's back. Like there wasn't no girls. There wasn't no girl code. There wasn't no any of that. You feel what I'm saying? So it was a different time, and the misogyny war was at an all-time high. And so I'm just saying those things to say that it was a different time, and it bred different experiences for other people. So in my particular case, all of this stuff that the younger ladies are talking about, I could really appreciate because I'm learning something, and I'm just so glad that y'all are learning something. So you could take from my story going forward. So, what I started to do, while I was making my moves or whatever, because there was 3 highlight times in the day where it was highlight time for me to get money. So um it would be like between two. It would start up again about 2. So right about midnight, when I had been clocking the times, I would go around there, and I had my girls, and I would just pull up and watch. And the same shit would happen every night. So I would see this car either pull up or leave every day, after about 12, a little bit after 12. So there was these bushes by the house. So this girl that I had, she was just like, what the fuck is she doing? And I would pull up. I'm telling you, I was worse than Erica Mena. I would pull up, I would park behind that bush, turn all my lights off, and I would be watching this nigga cheat on me actively with this bitch. And and the next day, same time, clock the time, park around that bush, and I'll park in different sections, and I would just watch to see what the fuck was going on. And same car, say either be coming or going. So I did this for a week, a full fucking 7 days. So I said, oh, okay. And meanwhile, right, while I'm stalking this nigga, I'm still being regular girl, oh, yes, daddy, with this scoop, right? Just, anyway, that girl. And I'm doing my shit, and I'm playing this role. Meanwhile, I'm stalking the fuck out this nigga. So, boom, this particular day, I come out, and I'm gonna keep it all the way funky, embarrassing parts and all, because I want you to learn from my fucking stupidity. And I'm not gonna leave nothing out, right? So, boom, the day, now my friend didn't even know what the fuck I was doing, or did I tell her? No, I didn't tell her shit, but she was a writer, and I knew she was. So I no, I did end up telling her, and I was like, listen, my nigga, I think he's fucking around with this bitch, and I can't fucking appreciate it. So what I'm about to do is I'm about to beat the fuck out this bitch, and I'm about to get with this nigga. And I was just on straight crash out mode. So this 8th day, I park, and I see the motherfuckers coming, and I jump out the motherfucking bushes with a stick, bitch. And I commenced to try to whoop this motherfucking bitch's ass. And bitch, why I slip in the fucking mud like a fucking bozo. I slip in the mud. My bitch like, get up, bitch. So I'm up, back at it. I'm back up. Bitch, doing this in heels. Somebody. But back then, I mean, that's all I wore. All I wore is heels. So I'm in heels, okay? Fall in the fucking mud. A bitch like, get up, bitch. So she's trying to get the bitch Then this nigga jump in the middle. I'm trying to hit him with the stick. I'm hitting him. I got this big, like, giant fucking, like, fucking thing. I'm trying to get him. I'm trying to get her. I'm hitting the car. I'm trying to get at her. And then I see the bitch is fucking pregnant. Bitch, when I fucking say I started to get like Tasmanian devil, like just super psycho. I started going crazy. I started just trying to hit whatever. I'm just swinging this thing at this point. I'm just swinging. I'm just swinging at whatever. You know what I'm saying? And so the bitch, she get in the car because I got around to the other side of the car, in between the car. So now I got the thing in this motion. Girl, I need to write a book. But I got the thing in this motion because maybe I'm not gonna get too deep, but it I was just on some fucking, if I'm not having the baby, then nobody is type shit. And I have really been asking God to forgive me about a lot of the things that I used to do in my past. So anyway, that's the type of time that I was on. And so this bitch, she seen what I was on because I was really, really, really trying to get her. And he was getting in the way and totally like protecting her, which was hurting me in real time. And I am really just trying to I am cussing him out, trying to check him, trying to get her all at the same time. Like, I'm really trying to attack this lady. Like, I really am. And I could not fucking control myself. Like, I could not control the fit of rage that I was in. Like, I was total, like, 100% psycho mode because I knew what kind of nigga this was. I was accepting all of his bullshit, and all I asked of him was, you know, I knew about the white bitch. I knew about this particular girl's ass that I was attempting to be and trying to enforce an abortion. And I knew about these girls, but at the end of the day, what I said was no diseases, no babies. That's all I know. No diseases, no babies, and I'm the main, period. Because how I seen it was, at the end of the day, he's always coming home to me. Yes, I was one of those. He's coming home to me. I don't never see you bitches at during Christmas. I don't see you bitches at Thanksgiving when the family's around. So you bitches can't hold a candle to me, is how I felt. You know what I'm saying? And it just seemed like every bitch in the world just wanted to have this nigga's fucking baby. And here it is, I'm seeing a bitch full throttle. Now, I didn't know because at the time I was really small. Do I got a picture nearby? I was a lot smaller than what I am now. Oh, I don't got a picture within arm's reach. But and she was a big girl, and he would always like cheat on me with these bigger girls, and it used to make me feel really insecure about myself. You know what I'm saying? Because he would always like cheat on me with these big girls, and he would always be trying to make me like eat all the fucking time. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, I thought when I was just stalking him, I thought she was just a fat girl. I didn't know that she was pregnant. So at this time, while I'm trying to beat her ass and I see it's a pregnant belly, that's what made me just like go fucking insane. You know what I'm saying? And it was just so hurtful. And mind you, he's protecting her. He's putting and this is the embarrassing part. He's putting hands on me trying to protect her. And I'm the one, sacrificing. I'm the one holding you down. I'm the one doing all the shit. I'm the one that know the family, like I'm the one. And and you telling all those lies and sweet nothings too and all that shit, and I'm over here believing your lying ass. You know what I'm saying? And here it is, you have a fucking baby on me. So, um, so boom, right? So my bitch that's riding with me, she's like, the bitch jumped in the car. She's trying to get away, and my bitch is like, get in the car, get in the car. The bitch is trying to get away. So we take off. We run into the motherfucking car. I get in the car, and I now mind you, like that's one thing that I learned from this nigga is I got whip appeal, bitch. I got motherfucking whip appeal. So I'm yanking on this motherfucker, right? And I'm boom, I'm on this bitch's ass. High speed fucking chase, yo. And I'm on this bitch, and this bitch is cutting cars, and I'm on her motherfucking ass. I'm on her motherfucking ass. I don't know how either one of us survived that. Well, it must have been some special prayer. Long story short, fuck all that deep shit. I'm on her motherfucking ass. Every move this bitch make, every breath she fucking take on that goddamn highway, I was on her fucking ass. And she thought she could shake and break me, but I'm fucking ill because I'm with this crazy ass nigga. And if anybody know, anyway, I'm on her motherfucking ass. She trying to yeet me in front of another car, and I did some old ill alley you pause, switch lane, speed up next lane, back on that ass type shit. And she just wasn't ready for a bitch like me because I was just fucking ill, and I was just ill. I'm just ill like that. So boom, we get across town. I'm sure she was on the phone calling whoever, and I'm on this bitch's ass. So she get off. So she's in the city. This ain't my city, but she in the city, and she get off the exit, and she's in the hood, but she ain't in my hood. She in another hood, not my hood, but my nigga hood. Because if it was my nigga hood, then she already know what time it is. But she went to her hood, and I ain't know shit about that. But my bitch knew what it was. You know what I'm saying? And then when I hit the fucking corner, it was like five. I'm talking about big big fucking gorilla bitches. Like I'm talking about they look like niggas. At first I thought it was niggas. And I was like, oh nigga, she done call her niggas on the shit. So I'm like, oh, I can't find girl, I get up close. It was big burly bitches. I'm at that time I'm 5'2", 145 pounds. Like, what am I gonna do with these bitches, right? So these are some big 5'10", 300 and something pound bitches. Like, they were big bitches. Like, you know what I'm saying? And I'm looking at these bitches, and I'm just like, fucking you ugly gorilla bitches. Like, I'm not about to fight you old big ugly hoes. Woo, 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 woo. And I'm just talking shit out the window. Get out the motherfucking car. Get out. And I just drive past them hoes. Like, I'm not getting out the car fighting no big back fucking bitches that could stunt me out like a fucking cigarette. And then I'm all beat up and bruised about this nigga. Like, get up out of here. So, but I was gonna beat that hoe's ass. That was for sure. But she ain't want it with me. You feel me? But maybe she was just trying to protect her baby. Whatever. Boom. So now I'm on 5,010. I'm on 100. So after seeing them big burly bitches that this bitch done drove me to, mind you, like, think about that shit. Like, I could have died chasing a bitch across town from one end of town to the next end of town. Like, look at that fucking crash dummy ass shit over this nigga who was fucking protecting her and not me. And I'm the bitch that's riding for him. You know what I'm saying? So, boom. So, I'm hot. Like, I'm hot to. I'm a hot pocket bitch. I'm ready to burst. So, boom. He, I hightail it back to um the burbs. because this nigga got some motherfucking splaining to do, right? And so, um, he got some splaining to do, and I just needed to know what the fuck was going on. You feel me? And and he wasn't trying to tell me shit. He wasn't trying to answer the door. He wasn't trying to do none of the shit. Like, he was acting real bitch made, like real female tendencies. And he was just not answering. So I went and I fucking broke his car. I broke every piece of that car. Like, I broke the side mirrors down off the shit. I took the same stick I was trying to beat that hoe down with. I put all my weight on them shits and crunched them shits off the side of the fucking car. Both of them hoes. And I was trying to break the windows. I put dents all around that motherfucker. I destroyed that fucking car in 0.3 seconds. Yes, I did. Do I do I Am I proud of that? No. Am I proud of that? Yes. It is what it is. I got mine. I couldn't beat that whole ass. I couldn't beat his ass, so I beat his car's ass. That's what I did. Now, I'm not proud of that, but it is what it is. Because just like I said, I was on crash out time and I was really about that life. But ultimately at the end of the day, what did it do? Where did it get me? It didn't get me nowhere. At the end of the day, this bitch still had this nigga's baby. At the end of the day, I'm still the lunatic who's just riding around looking crazy. At the end of the day, he still chose to procreate with her. Although I was a little bit more choosy about my situation and who I wanted to have children with. I don't have any kids, by the way. And hallelujah that I don't, but I just look at the situations that he's put me in, and he would tell me he wanted to have a baby with me, but it's just like, look at this ghetto ass shit. Why the fuck would I want to have a baby with a nigga who's doing ghetto ass shit like this? And at that time, I just didn't feel like I can control myself enough to to for how I would react and how sensitive I am. You know what I'm saying? So that you know I was just I was just very hurt by him. But here's the boss shit about it, right? He called me, and this is kind of money time I was on. He called me talking about about the, oh, you fuck my car, boo, boo, boo. So I knew I eventually was going to get back with him. I just wasn't ready to leave at that time. I wasn't tired of the abuse. I wasn't tired of being abused by him. I had a different wake up call down the line that eventually I would share that story with you. But I had a different wake up call, but I knew I was going to get back with him. So what I did was I pulled up on him where he was at, and I threw $500 at him, and at him, and I drove off. And I was really like, I was just at that time in a place where I was just trying to show this nigga like I didn't need you, and he was fully aware of that. And I think he was really jealous of that. And I think the bitch ass niggas that he was hanging around really didn't know how to. Um, he was jealous of my resilience. He was jealous of my determination, and but at the same time, I know the real him really loved that, really wanted to be around that, because just as much as I could learn from him, he knew he could for sure learn from me. And but the bitch ass niggas that he was around, um, made him believe that he had to shit on me. They made him feel like instead of bigging me up, which would have got us more money, instead of bigging me up and putting me where I needed to be, he went with the loser niggas that he was hanging with and the bum bitches that they had, and so busy trying to stifle my light and trying to undermine undermine me and not appreciate the fact that, one, you got a woman who's with the shit. That's like, I would do what you say, but ultimately you're gonna have to, you need to respect me. And anytime he would get around these niggas, he would feel like he had to put on for these niggas. But at the end of the day, these niggas don't do nothing for you. And I'm starting to go off on a tangent and I'm gonna wrap it up here. But at the end of the day, every time I would tell this nigga, like, you cannot trust this nigga. He is not to be trusted. I was fucking right. And at the end of the day, he would be like, "You was right, babe." Just like that bitch ass nigga that shot him in the fucking head. I was right. He's still alive. I don't know why God wants him here, but he wants him here for a reason. And I was like, I do not trust that nigga. And you be too friendly with these fucking niggas. You know what I'm saying? But meanwhile be treating me like fucking shit. And I along with your family is the one that give a fuck about you. And then I know what your ultimate goal is at the end of the day, because you share that with me. But you're such a retardo and a bozo that you're not even sticking to the shit that you be preaching to me. And here I am, because he has some game and he know how to move, for the most part. But it was just like, you're not practicing what you're preaching. And here I am following the rules bit by bit, and it's biting me in the fucking ass. I don't get any reciprocity with the deals that you and I are, when we're coming to the table and trying to build this life. You feel what I'm saying? So for me, at the end of the day, that was the deal breaker. That was the deal breaker right there. Not the times that he tried to kill me, not the times that he whooped my ass. No, what it was this having a baby. And he denied it. And let me tell you, this motherfucker denied it. I mean, even years after I had left him, he denied this child. And all the shit he would be talking about, the kind of bitch that he didn't want, he went and had and cheated on me and had a baby with the exact type of bitch that he did not want. Isn't that fucking crazy? That's why he was denying that baby, trying to get me back. And it was just such a mind fuck. Like, all that shit, all like, it was just crazy. So all the shit that I put up with. But what I was not gonna do is be, because we had dealt with that situation one time before, where he had told me, where this girl had came and knocked on my motherfucking door, bitch, and told me that she was pregnant with him. And I was just like, bitch, what? So on some real, for the subculture that we were living in, you know, and I wanted to stay being with him. I was just like, okay, so this is what it's going to be. This bitch cannot come to this door. She cannot come to me for nothing. She cannot disrupt my peace. But you are going to be a stand up father for that child. You, the stupid ass nigga that chose to bust in that bum ass bitch. You sat up there and did all that shit with a needy ass, no money getting ass bitch. And now here she is coming to squeeze you dry, and this is what you decided to do. So now you're gonna have to pay. You feel me? And it is what it is, whatever she needs. You're not going to be embarrassing me and me being on your arm and trying to make it seem like I'm the reason that you're not taking care of your child. You decided to have a baby with this bitch. And so now you're going to have to do what you need to do to make sure that this is that you take care of your child. Why, at the end of the day, it was not even his fucking baby. All of that. All of that. All of that. For what? So that was the straw that broke the camel's back. And this was the second situation. And I told him after that first girl, I was like, yo, listen, check this out. We're going to have to make some rules. I know what kind of do y'all will. But he broke that rule. Because it's not just even about the baby. You are having unprotected sex with these other girls. And I don't know who these bitches are smashing. And then you're coming home to me. Look at this girl. She sat up there and made everybody think that you got her pregnant. And then come to find out, the baby's not even yours. It's not even your child. It's some other nigga. So this nigga done shot up the club. You done shot up her club. And this is literally a Maury situation. And here I am, the bozo that chose to stick with you. So that second time with that other girl, um, I was done. Like after that, I was mentally checked out. Now, it just kind of trying to wrap it up because this is like 36 minutes, but I wanted to kind of include like some of the emotional state that I was in. And then we were trauma bonded also, just to throw that in. But I'm telling part of that story because there's so many other stories that I have with this particular ex. What I'm saying is, when these niggas play in your face the first time, run the other way. Run the other way. Because it's not gonna change. It I promise you. I I promise you it is not gonna change. And let me tell you something else too. The more that I heal, the less bullshit I want to deal with. So these are some of the questions that because I've been in therapy for like a year and a half now. These are the questions that I be asking myself. Let me think for a second. What is it? Why is it that you feel like you don't deserve nice things? Why is it that you feel like you deserve you deserve your boyfriend to hit you? Why do you feel like it's okay for a guy? Why do you feel like it's acceptable for a guy to cheat on you? Why do you feel like everybody cheats? Like, and then why are you accepting of that? Why are you okay with the person that says that they love you? Don't you feel like you deserve better than that? Do you not feel like you're worthy of nice things? Do you not just material things? Cause he had me in nice trucks, and I really never, even with as hood rich as we were, I was not into designer things. I didn't give a fuck about that. I wanted a house. I wanted a new truck. I wanted insurance, nigga. Like I wanted, even at that young age, those were the things that I was thinking about. You know what I'm saying? And he half ass did it. They were rentals, but we were young and coming into a lot of money, and we didn't really know what we was doing. So I'll give him that. And he was a little bit younger than me too. But like, you know, like, why did I feel that he could buy me out with a gift after he whipped my ass? Why did I think that that was okay? You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, I got it's 2011 and I got a 2011 truck, and but I'm hiding a black eye behind these Dior shades. You see what I'm saying? Like I am honestly happier than I ever been in my efficiency with my own small business and building up myself in my career in my community. My mother has I I was clearing racks and sending my mom lavish gifts. Here I am, like at one point brought my mama a $2,000 watch and on layaway, had that bitch on layaway. She has never been more proud. I had it on layaway for like for a year, making payments on that shit. She has never been more proud of me today than when I could $2,000 wasn't shit. You know what I'm saying? I could get that tonight. You know what I'm saying? Like, she has never been more proud of me. My family has never been more proud of me. And that means so much more. And then not to mention the toll that it takes on you. You know, the toll that it takes on you. That you have how you have to break how you got to heal. It's so many things. You got to heal that physical abuse, you got to heal that mental abuse, you got to break that soul tie. You know what I'm saying? And then you got to heal from all the trauma that you endure. Like, the thing about these situations is people. Now, I can't compare myself to Erica Mena because I don't know. I mean, I can because I, I'm I'm I see myself and her with being a crash out for a nigga that don't give a fuck about you. You see what I'm saying? While she was giving birth to her son, this nigga in Jamaica turning up and twerking on bitches. You know what I'm saying? At that point, she should have cut her losses, period. You see what I'm saying? The first time that bitch knocked on the door talking about something, I'm pregnant by yo nigga, I should have packed up my shit, took my money, and bounced. You feel what I'm saying? And not let these niggas fast talk and sweet talk their way back into your life. Because the shit doesn't get better. It really doesn't. And especially when it's fucking abusive, it does not get better. It gets worse. Word to my best friend Nikki, rest in peace. It does not get better. I promise you it does not. And I do not give a fuck what a nigga say. It does not get better. And I just really wish that, or maybe I need to speak up more, but like, you dealing with these certain kind of niggas, like, so I'm gonna bring it to this. Now here's the lesson part, and then I'm gonna be gone. Here's the lesson, and here's the part that doesn't get talked about. What people don't be talking about enough with these niggas that love bomb you, um these niggas that are like hood rich, like these niggas that like the shit look all fun and glamorous at first, right? The shit look all fun. It's all fun and games. But when real life settles in, nobody talks about that. Nobody talks about the real day-to-day life that goes on. And people idolize the bullshit. And because the day-to-day life is not glitz, it's not glamour. And in my particular case, for the younger girls, who might be in some sort of street life while you may be dating a drug dealer nigga, while you might be doing OnlyFans, while you might be in the club, you might be a whole full-fledged ass SW, right? It's all cool and shit when you're flossing your material things on the gram or on TikTok for the younger ladies or whatever. It's cute, it's popping, and all that shit then. But guess what though? Nobody talks about Nobody talks about the girls that they find in somebody's trunk. Nobody talks about the girl that they find missing this part of her body in a hotel. Nobody talks about the diseases that you contract. Um, Somebody who throws that ass in a circle for the money. No, nobody talks about when you're dating these men how people are jealous of them just because they're getting money. And they could be looking at you as a target because you're riding with him. And they're trying to hurt him because he's living how that person wants to live. So they try to take him out, they take your ass out because they're trying to mess his life up, trying to mess with him mentally. You know what I'm saying? Like on Paid in Full. You know? Um, you know, nobody talks about the ugly side of things. Nobody talks about how niggas try to come into your house and take your shit. You know, or for example, when my nigga was doing a small bid and how everybody all of a sudden is concerned about me. Everybody at my door, how I had to get locks changed, how I had to get locks put on the bedroom door, the back door, extra locks. You know, how I had to just dress down. Like, and all this flossing and shit, I didn't go, I couldn't do that. I was scared to come home. I got $3,500 in my little purse, and in my truck. I gotta pull my hair back and try to look ugly than a motherfucker, and I'm putting sweats on and you know flip flops and trying to look ugly so nobody want to fuck with me. Parking around the corner from my house, looking her all around. Nobody talks about that because your nigga in jail. You know what I'm saying? Like, nobody talk about that part. Nobody talks about the scary, sad parts. You seeing your nigga, in the hospital, blasted up, and shit is on standstill. No, nothing is fucking moving. Niggas is mad because nothing is moving because your nigga down bad. But niggas is mad at you, at him, at everything because nothing is fucking moving. Nobody talks about that shit. This shit is not cute all the time. Or, or, if you on that SW life and everybody else they shit ain't moving, but your shit moving. Your shit still rocking. And they wondering how your bitch still getting money. Mad at you. Cause they shit is dry. All up in your face, trying to smile up in. Nobody talk about that shit. Cause it's not cute all the time. And we're not going to get into all the other threats and that's just the people in your circle. And then we're not even going to talk about the threats that come with that. Police harassing you, police coming into your house, running up in your house, fucking up your house. Police always watching you, always clocking you. Like everybody think that shit is cute. It's not fucking cute. And I would rather live my nice, peaceful, regular, degular, smegular fucking life knowing I don't gotta look over my fucking shoulder. Because when you're really making ill moves, niggas be trying to come for your motherfucking head. And that's all I got to say about that. The shit is not cute all the fucking time. So don't be sitting up here trying to let somebody's raggedy ass son, just cause he laid the pipe up on your ass, convince you that you need to crash out and burn out and waste your years, because he just done laid the pipe on your ass and got you some old raggedy necklace down at the pawn shop. Like, get up out of here. Or some fake ass chain with the fake ass diamonds. Like, for real, the shit is not cute. Don't be crashing out for nobody's son. And don't be wasting your years on that shit either. Facts, when the police ran in my home, I really felt violated. And it's scary as fuck. It is scary. It is. When they run it up your stairs and you like, you why? In my case, I'm washing dishes, watching the game on the TV in the kitchen, and not like football, but like the TV show with Tasha Mack and them, and here it is, six police running up the back stairs, fucking up your shit, opening up your drawers, opening up your cabinets, just fucking your whole shit up. And guess who got to clean it up? Guess who has to clean that shit up? Your ass does. You got to clean it up. And I remember, ooh, I just had a little mini flashback. I that show, The Game, I related to Kelly, what was her name? Pitts. Kelly Pitts. I related to Kelly Pitts so fucking much. Like, that's another lesson too. How motherfucker could be getting all the money and you get the bare minimums. You gotta use the coupons. You gotta do the cheap ass shit. You don't get no luxurious woo woo woo. You know what I'm saying? And there was this, and that during that time when all the police had came in and was fucking our shit up. And I remember, like, yo, like that was, there was this episode where his family had came into town and she had to paint the room because they didn't want to get no hotel room and shit like that. And she was just doing all this shit. She came to the thing. He was like, "No, I want your hair curly." And she's just accommodating the family. The mama talking about her like a dog, like she ain't worth a damn. He didn't even have her back, and she's trying to curl her hair, make sure she look a certain kind of way, make sure this and that. When I tell you I saw that motherfucking episode and I cried, like, for, like, I don't know, even know how many hours. I had to go in my bedroom and just cry. I cried and cried and cried and cried and cried because I felt that, like, for real. So I'm telling you, like, it's not all that is fucking cracked up to be, yo. And the game version with Kelly Pitts is just the crystal light version of the shit that I fucking was going through. Okay, like, for real. And so that's my story. Erica Mena situation. Yo, I don't totally all the way feel all the way bad for her, but I saw a lesson in it that I wanted to present on my channel because I know I'm not the only girl out there who has that same who had that same temperament. I don't have that temperament anymore because I don't put in the work. Like, now I do pop off and I do got a little with me. I got a little sauce, but I'm not crashing out for nobody. Like, I'm not crashing out for nobody. The last crash out I did was for my little sister, rest in peace, Lizzie. Was for my little sister, And that was the last crash out I did. I crashed out for her 2 times. But, excuse me, you know, I say don't crash out for nobody. Don't crash out for it's not fucking worth it, yo. And the next thing you know, you're gonna be on somebody's TikTok feed because they're not gonna understand the emotional distress that this person is putting you through, how this person is playing in your face. And Safari is that kind of nigga. Like he's that kind of nigga to sit up there and play too fucking much. And then turn around and act like he don't understand why you mad. Cause this nigga play too much. He play too much and he's selfish and self-centered. And you know, and I could and I I used to be like Erica Mena. But I not anymore, child. I'm keeping it cute and on motherfucking mute over here. And doing the work. And doing the work. And in addition to that, let me put this out there too. If your ass ain't got no resources, there are still resources for you to get the therapy that you need. You can go in your area and get the help that you need. All you got to do, all the time you spend on your motherfucking phone, you need to look. Right now is open enrollment. Well, it starts in November. Between now through December, the end of November, December is going to be open enrollment. If you are serious about getting your shit together, even if you don't have no insurance, you could get that OBZ, that Obamacare, and you could opt into that. And if you ain't and your ass ain't getting no money, then you could get that care and use the city services to start your journey. And you could get different things like I don't know what's in y'all's area, but you could get like the the diet version of Humana, the diet version of Blue Cross Blue Shield, the diet version of all these other insurances that they have available. Okay? So there's no reason that nobody can get no help, you know. And then if you do have a job, you might want to check with human resources to see if they have any resources. Another thing you could do, is it 988 or 288? I know that's the number if you feel like you want to hurt yourself. You could contact that number. You could go on Google and look up other resources. And that's another thing. Like 14 years ago, that those resources, they were available, but they weren't discussed. It wasn't really like, oh yeah, I'm gonna get some therapy. Like it was very stigmatized. You see what I'm saying? So now is open enrollment, and you could get like on a very real level. You could just tell those people, listen, I ain't got no motherfucking money. And I ain't got no money to be paying no motherfucking insurance. And they'll let you know what your options are. So I know for myself, and hopefully this is helpful to you. Um, 988. Yes, thank you so much. 988. You could use that number and then and just talk and just talk. And if it's not even that drastic, then you know you could they could guide you and let you know what your options are. I know for me, like one time when I had some shit, I just looked it up online and come to find out it was something right in my area. You know, as a matter of fact, when I was still hustling, I started my counseling in another city while I was hustling. Now check that out, cause I had that OBZ care, and I was just calling motherfuckers like, "Yo, do you take my broke ass insurance?" And she did. And I saw her 3 times in the month that I stayed in that city. And that's what started that journey. You know what I'm saying? Until now today. Now I got bomb ass insurance where I don't pay shit. One insurance offsets the other insurance. I'm usually double insured, but I had to drop one, and I'm just going to enroll into another one that benefits and offsets the one insurance that I have now, and that's probably going to cost me like $12 a month. That broke ass one, but the baller one that comes out my check automatically. But I'm just saying, I started somewhere else. I started where I didn't have to pay anything. You know what I'm saying? So be your own advocate. And instead of looking up bullshit online, look up some shit that could benefit you in the long run. And I'll keep it funky too. you know I know. I'm gonna say it this way to you. Now that I'm a year and a half in the game, I really wish that, although I can't change anything, I wish that I would have started it earlier. I really wish I would have started that healing journey earlier, um, because I think it would have really benefited me in the long run. And I say that to say, because time ain't forever. You know what I'm saying? And it could be it could be something that you could discover about yourself that might be holding you back from the person that you really want to be. And but you have to be willing to put that work in to get there. And and I'm telling you, it's only so long that you could stuff things down, because that shit is going to come about you some kind of way. And hopefully it's not coming out in a malevolent way. You know what I'm saying? But all that shit that you're stuffing down, that you're not working on, that you're not healing, it's going to come out. So I would just say, if you're a praying person, pray on it. But I would just really say, take the time out to heal your wounds, so you could be that person, that the higher version of yourself. But anyway, I got to get ready for work tomorrow. Thank you for listening to my story, because it's always a lesson in things. And I definitely saw an old version of myself that I am so grateful that I'm removed from. And I'm so grateful that I could learn from that. And I hope you can too. And hopefully this helps somebody. Anyway, make sure you like. You're more than welcome to share. And please subscribe. I plan on making more videos in the future. In the meanwhile, check out the 200 and something other videos that I have made. And look out for my new channel that should be coming soon. Anyway, thanks again for listening. Peace, love, and hair grease and all that jazz. I'm out. Peace.